hours. The track forecast remains consistent, taking Kiko safely north of Hawaii Tuesday and Wednesday. However, dangerous swells continue building along east-facing Hawaiian shores, with life-threatening surf and rip currents expected to peak through midweek. The next advisory from the Central Pacific Hurricane Center comes out at 11 p.m. Eastern tonight. Joni, thank you for the super chat and for being a member. You got it, a y'allcast for Seguin, Texas. Since things are pretty quiet nationally with a WIS of 14, I'll get right to it for ya. All right, real quick, let's update that severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Rice County, Kansas. We're still seeing quarter-size hail. You have about 25 minutes left on this warning, so please find shelter indoors. All right, hopping over to a camera in Kingman County. It's looking pretty quiet here, with overcast skies and a very unhelpful highway sign, but a severe thunderstorm warning is active about 45 miles away. Hopping over to some storm chaser footage now from Garden Plain, Kansas. The roads are wet under some very dark, ominous clouds, with a severe thunderstorm warning about 50 miles away from their position. Okay, y'all. Joni requested this y'all cast, so here we go with an update for Seguin, Texas. Fun fact, Seguin is home to the world's largest pecan, a concrete monument that's 35 feet tall. Right now, at 1 p.m., we've got mostly cloudy skies sitting at a comfortable 82 degrees, with those clouds breaking up fast. That northeast breeze at 10 miles per hour is keeping things pleasant with 53% humidity. Looking at the next 3 hours, we're transitioning to full sunshine as those clouds clear out completely, warming up to around 89 degrees, perfect afternoon weather. Then from about 4 to 7 p.m., expect gorgeous clear skies holding steady near 89 degrees before we start that evening cool down. Tonight drops to a refreshing 65 degrees under crystal clear stars. Zero chance of rain through this whole stretch, so it's shaping up to be a beautiful Monday evening in Pecan Country. Thanks again for the $2 super chat, Joni. Hey, Senny, appreciate the love. Sending it right back at ya. Good to see you in the chat. All right, so we're still tracking that flash flood warning for northeastern Ellsworth County, eastern Lincoln County, and western Saline County in central Kansas. This warning is in effect until 2 p.m. CDT. Radar indicates between 3 and 4 inches of rain have already fallen, with another 1 to 2 inches expected in the next 2 hours, leading to life-threatening flash flooding. This affects approximately 6,600 people. Remember, turn around, don't drown. All right, chat, I see Zane mentioning they forgot to do their request and Senny showing some love with that y'allbot emote. Speaking of requests, I'm looking at some flooding reports coming out of Kansas right now. We've got water over roads in Ellsworth and Beverly. Anyone else in Kansas seeing any of this action, or are y'all staying nice and dry? Breaking news. Just in from the National Weather Service, we have a new flash flood warning issued for southwestern Ottawa County in north-central Kansas. This warning is in effect until 3 p.m. CDT. Radar and automated rain gauges indicate thunderstorms are producing heavy rain, with a personal weather station in Tescott measuring nearly 6 inches of rain already. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly, creating life-threatening conditions for creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Remember, if you encounter flooded roads, turn around, don't drown. All right, real quick, let's check in on that severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Rice County. We're looking at quarter-size hail. This warning is in effect until 1:30 p.m. Central. Let's get another view from a CanDrive camera in Whiteside. We can see it's raining steadily, roads are completely soaked, and a severe thunderstorm warning is active, about 25 miles from here.
You got
Pivoting over to Hutchinson, Kansas, where the roads are wet under some gloomy, overcast skies. A severe thunderstorm warning is active about 25 miles away from this position. Welcome back to Texas, V-Man. Wish you could have brought the weather, huh? Yeah, it's a pretty quiet day across the country right now. Don't you worry, though. We'll get some action headed your way eventually. All right, so we're still tracking that flash flood warning for northeastern Ellsworth County, eastern Lincoln County, and western Saline County in central Kansas. This warning remains in effect until 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Doppler radar indicates 3 to 4 inches of rain have already fallen in the warned area, with an expected rainfall rate of 1 to 2 inches in 2 hours. This is a life-threatening flash flooding situation impacting creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Please do not drive into flooded areas. This warning affects approximately 6,600 people, including locations like Salina, Ellsworth, and Canopolis. You've got about another 50 minutes on this warning. All right, chat. I see Vincent made it back safely from South Carolina. Welcome back to Texas. And Senny dropping that y'all bot love emoji. Meanwhile, we're still tracking those flooding reports out of Kansas, with water over roads in multiple spots. Pretty quiet elsewhere, though, with the WI sitting at just 14.48 right now. Let's check in with storm chaser Corey Gherkin in Garden Plain, Kansas. We're seeing some very dark, ominous skies out there, though the road looks dry for now. A severe thunderstorm warning is active about 45 miles away from their position. All right, so here's your y'allcast for Raleigh, North Carolina. Did you know Raleigh is called the City of Oaks because of its abundance of oak trees? And it's one of the few major cities planned specifically to be a state capital. Right now at RDU Airport, we've got clear skies and 75 degrees with a northeast breeze that's got some gusto. Winds are calm, but we're seeing gusts up to 22 miles per hour. The humidity is sitting pretty at just 36%, so it's feeling crisp and comfortable out there. For the rest of this afternoon, Raleigh's looking at sunshine and 78 degrees, with that northeast wind keeping things fresh at around 12 miles per hour. Tonight, we'll see some clouds rolling in for a partly cloudy evening, cooling down to a pleasant 59 degrees with lighter north winds. Tuesday shaping up to be another beauty, mostly sunny skies with a high of 76 and that dry air sticking around. Tuesday night brings more clouds back into the picture with lows around 62. And we might see just a hint of moisture creeping back in. Wednesday starts the warming trend, with partly sunny skies and temperatures climbing to 79 degrees. The good news is, this whole stretch looks dry and pleasant. No rain in sight through the midweek period. It's classic early fall weather for the triangle in. That's your YALLcast for Raleigh. Remember, y'all can request a YALLcast for your city anytime through Super Chat. All right, real quick, let's update that severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Rice County, Kansas. Expect quarter-size hail. This warning is set to expire at 1:30 p.m. CDT. All right, let's head over to Salina, Kansas. We're seeing some steady rain on this traffic camera, and the roads are
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea
and a drive to bring it to life.
Describe what you want and watch it take shape.
All right, taking a look at I-70 in Lincoln County, or at least the very wet grass next to it. We can see rain coming down, which is concerning as there is a flash flood warning nearby for life-threatening flooding. Oh, hey Frank. Glad to see you in the chat. All right, so we're still tracking that flash flood warning for southwestern Ottawa County in north central Kansas. This warning remains in effect until 3 p.m. CDT. Radar and automated rain gauges indicate thunderstorms are producing heavy rain, with a personal weather station in Tescott measuring nearly 6 inches of rain. Between 4 and 9 inches of rain have already fallen, and an additional 1 to 1.5 inches are possible. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Remember, turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. All right, chat. Time for another look at the field team. Looks like we've picked up a third chaser since our last check-in, so let's see what's happening out there in Kansas. First up, we're with Brandon Kopic, just outside Goddard, Kansas. You can see he's on a wet highway. Look at that dark, gloomy sky ahead. He's navigating through some of this heavy rain that's been causing all the flooding issues we've been tracking all afternoon. He's in a good spot to monitor this cell. Hopping over to Corey Gherkin, who's just a bit west in Garden Plain. Whoa, check out that view. He's looking right into the belly of the beast. That is a dark, soupy, rain-filled sky. He's definitely getting some ground truth on how much rain is falling out there. Looks absolutely dreary. And checking in with our newest chaser on the board, Brandon Montgomery. We don't have his live feed right now, but he's way out west in Copeland, over in Gray County. He's likely getting into position on a different storm, maybe trying to catch something before it gets into the mess we're seeing farther east. We'll keep an eye on his position. So that's our team in the field, chat. 3 chasers giving us incredible views from the ground. Remember, all these chasers are streaming live right now in the free WeatherWise app. If you've got your phone handy, just scan that QR code on the screen. It'll take you right there so you can follow along. Hey, SPC Stillwater 7405, thanks for the super chat. You want a YALLcast for Oklahoma City? You got it. The national board is pretty quiet, so I'll pull that up for you right now. All right, real quick, let's update on that severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Rice County. It's still in effect until 1:30 p.m., with quarter-size hail as the main hazard. If you're in the area, move to an interior room on the lowest floor. All right, so we're still tracking that flash flood warning for southwestern Ottawa County in north central Kansas. This warning is in effect until 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Radar and automated gauges are showing life-threatening flash flooding, with a personal weather station in Tescott already measuring nearly 6 inches of rain. Between 4 and 9 inches have already fallen, with another 1 to 1.5 inches possible. Remember, turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. This affects approximately 427 people. Let's check another view in Salina on I-135. The roads are definitely wet from the rain. And this area is about 20 miles from that flash flood warning for life-threatening flooding. Checking back in on our camera on I-70 in Lincoln County, and we're seeing more water pooling on the ground now. This is a major concern with that nearby flash flood warning for life-threatening flooding. All right, SPC Stillwater 7405 wants to know about the weather in Oklahoma City. Did you know OKC is home to the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, one of the world's most extensive collections of Western art and artifacts, and a pleasant 75 degrees with those signature Oklahoma southerly winds at 15 miles per hour. Perfect afternoon weather. Next 3 hours look fantastic, staying sunny and climbing to around 82 degrees. Those south winds will keep things comfortable, and we are talking 0% chance of rain. Looking at 3 to 6 hours out, we will see a gorgeous transition into tonight with partly cloudy skies developing. Temps will start their gentle slide down to the mid-70s, then eventually settling around 63 overnight. Still breezy from the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. No weather alerts or concerns, just classic early September Oklahoma weather treating y'all right. Thanks again for the $1.99 super chat, SPC Stillwater 7405. Heck yeah, Joni. Love to see that y'all squad spirit. Big props to SPC Stillwater for sure. Breaking news. We have multiple flood reports coming in from Ottawa County, Kansas. First, in Culver, emergency management reporting widespread flooding just minutes ago at 1:16 p.m. Also, in Tesket, widespread flooding with water reaching porch level on several houses, reported at 1:15 p.m. Both reports coming from emergency management indicating dangerous flooding conditions across Ottawa County. We're tracking these developing flood situations and will continue monitoring for additional reports. Hey, Zane the Hurricane. Thanks for the super chat. You got it. A y'all cast for Dallas, Texas. Things are pretty quiet nationally right now, so I'll get right to it for you. All right, chat. Looks like we got some good vibes going with everyone saying hi to each other. And thanks, Kelsey, for the pronunciation correction. Always appreciate when y'all keep me on track with that stuff. The WIS is sitting pretty quiet at 14 right now, so it's a chill Monday for weather across the U.S. All right, real quick, here's the latest on the severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Rice County. We're still seeing quarter-size hail. This warning expires in about 7 minutes, so seek shelter indoors now. All right, switching over to Dallas. Zane Hale, y'all wants to know about the weather in the Big D. Did you know Dallas has the largest urban arts district in the United States? Now let's check out your weather. Currently at Love Field, we've got crystal clear skies with temps sitting pretty at 81 degrees and gentle easterly winds at 7 miles per hour. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Over the next 3 hours, you'll see temps climb to a beautiful 84 degrees with wall-to-wall sunshine and those light easterly breezes continuing. Looking ahead to this evening, we're talking about a spectacular sunset with temps cooling into the upper 70s and clear skies sticking around. 0 chance of rain, perfect visibility, and just an all-around fantastic Monday afternoon and evening in Dallas. Thanks again for the $1.99 super chat, Zane Hale. Y'all. All right, y'all. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. Since our last check-in about half an hour ago, the weather intensity score has actually crept up a little bit, and it's now sitting just under 14. The main story is still that persistent and serious flash flooding in central Kansas. We're starting to get more concrete reports now, with road closures on Highway 18 near Beverly, and even in the town of Ellsworth. So even though the emergency scanners that our AI is listening to are still pretty quiet, the handful of chasers out there and these official reports confirm the impacts are definitely being felt. Out in the Pacific, Hurricane Kiko is still a Category 1, but it's on a weakening trend and expected to become a tropical storm later today as it passes north of Hawaii. We're also still keeping an eye on that tropical wave off Mexico, which has a medium chance of spinning up later this week. Today's daily outlook score remains pretty low, which means our threshold for a live stream is way up near 190. With the current score around 14, we are a long way from that. Now, looking ahead, things are about to get interesting on the graph. The system expects the score to fall off a cliff here in just a few minutes. That's because the one severe thunderstorm warning driving some of these points is set to expire. Once that's gone, the score will go back to slowly decaying as those Kansas flood warnings continue to age. So enjoy this little bump while it lasts. Flipping over to a new camera in Whiteside, Kansas, we're seeing very wet roads and some significant water pooling on the shoulder, with a severe thunderstorm warning active about 20 miles away. Camera on I-70 in Lincoln County, and the ground remains completely saturated. We're seeing heavy rain on the lens, which is a major concern with that life-threatening flash flood warning nearby. Joni, you got it. This community's the best because of folks like you. Simple as that. All right, so we're still tracking that flash flood warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service in Topeka. This warning is for southwestern Ottawa County in north central Kansas and is in effect until 3 p.m. CDT. Radar and automated rain gauges indicate thunderstorms are producing heavy rain, with a personal weather station in Tescott measuring nearly 6 inches of rain. Between 4 and 9 inches of rain have already fallen, with an additional 1 to 1.5 inches possible. Life-threatening flash flooding of creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses is ongoing or expected to begin shortly, affecting approximately 427 people. Remember, turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. All right, so we're still tracking that flash flood warning for northeastern Ellsworth County, eastern Lincoln County, and western Saline County in central Kansas. This warning is in effect until 2 p.m. CDT. Radar indicates 3 to 4 inches of rain have already fallen, with another 1 to 2 inches expected in the next 2 hours. This is causing life-threatening flash flooding of creeks, streams, and urban areas. Remember, if you see flooded roads, turn around, don't drown. This warning affects approximately 6,611 people. Pivoting over to Salina on I-135, where roads are completely soaked from the ongoing rain. We're about 20 miles from that life-threatening flash flood warning we've been tracking. Checking back in on our camera on I-70 in Lincoln County, and the lens is still just covered in rain. This is all due to that nearby life-threatening flash flood warning. All right, folks, just in, a new special weather statement has been issued by the National Weather Service for parts of Kansas. This is for southeastern Stafford and northeastern Pratt counties, including areas around Stafford, Neola, and Zenith. we're looking at a strong thunderstorm moving east at 25 miles per hour, bringing with it the possibility of nickel-sized hail. That means minor damage to vegetation is possible. This statement is in effect until 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If you're outdoors in these areas, consider heading inside. And as always, stay tuned for any further updates. All right, chat, let's get another live look at our boots on the ground. We're still tracking 3 chasers out in Kansas, where it's been a real soaker of a day. First up is Brandon Kopik, who's holding his position near Goddard in Sedgwick County. From his view, we're seeing some pretty gloomy skies over the fields. His dashcam shows the roads are definitely slick, so he's navigating carefully between the heavy rain bands that are causing all the flooding issues we've been seeing. Hopping over to Corey Gherkin, he's currently on the move near Kingman, Kansas. It's a bit of a dreary, rainy view from his camera. You can even see a raindrop on the lens there. He's clearly repositioning, probably trying to get a better vantage point on these heavy rain cores. And finally, let's check on Brandon Montgomery. We don't have his video feed right now, but his GPS puts him way out west near Cimarron. He's playing a different game than the other guys, maybe watching for new development on the western flank of this system. We'll keep an eye on his position. So that's the latest from our team in the field. And hey, if you want to follow along with them live, remember that all these chasers are streaming right now in the WeatherWise app. Got your phone? Just scan that QR code on the screen to download it, and you can ride along with them in real time. All right, real quick, let's check in on that flash flood warning for southwestern Ottawa County. Heavy rain is causing life-threatening flash flooding. Remember, turn around, don't drown. This warning expires at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. All right, chat, I know y'all are lurking out there. Let's play a quick game. Type 1 if you think tornadoes are scarier, or 2 if hurricanes give you more anxiety. I'm curious what gets your heart racing more. All right, shifting gears now from that flash flooding situation to the severe thunderstorm threat for the rest of the day. We're looking at the Day 1 convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, which was issued a couple of hours ago. They are maintaining a level 2 out of 5, a slight risk for severe storms focused over the southern plains. This risk area covers southwest Kansas, the eastern Texas Panhandle, and northwest Oklahoma. If you're in Dodge City, Kansas, Liberal, Kansas, or down to Pampa, Texas, and Woodward, Oklahoma, you're in this zone. The main threats will be isolated large hail and gusty winds, starting late this afternoon and continuing into the evening. The SPC notes there's some uncertainty on exactly how many storms will fire, but any that do could become isolated supercells with a hail threat. There's also a separate, lower-end threat up in Minnesota. A marginal risk is in place for central and northeast Minnesota for this evening and tonight, where a strong storm or two could produce some hail. That marginal risk also surrounds the main threat area in the plains, including cities like Amarillo, Texas, and Wichita, Kansas. Just in from the National Weather Service, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for southeastern Stafford County and northeastern Pratt County in south-central Kansas. This warning is in effect until 2:15 p.m. CDT. Radar indicates a severe thunderstorm near Stafford, moving east at 30 miles per hour, bringing quarter-size hail. Damage to vehicles is expected. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Hello? Oh yeah, give me that Mountain Dew. Whoa! Hello, you guys alive? You guys behaving?
HDMI issue turns out to be the camera for whatever reason. I can't figure out why it won't HDMI out itself anymore.
Mary, Ian, what's going on? Lisa, how is you doing? Karen, Earth, what's going on? Hello, Adam. Okay. Alright, just in time for lunchtime. My god, I haven't eaten much yesterday. Haven't eaten yet today. Pretty starving. Teresa, what's going on? Sherry, how is you?
Can't be good.
Willow, what's going on?
Only part of that came through. It was can't be good. Oh, I was just saying that stupid HDMI issue, it's just that camera. For whatever reason, the camera's not pushing HDMI out anymore. That's weird.
Did you set it to Wumbo?
LOL.
Oh, Becca, don't tempt me with a good time. I will get rid of that tree. Denise, what's going on? Finally back in Kansas. Feel like we haven't been here in almost like a year. Spicy, hello? Hey, I just realized the names are back. Heck yes! Bobby, gosh darn. Hooray for the idiot driver. Wanting to speed through a 30-mile zone, ride my butt into a whole nother lane. Where's the cops? I get pulled over for going 5 over. Come on, meow.